Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel, Diary of a Mind Alchemist. Today, my message is going to be on love magic. I'm going to talk about what love magic is, how to know that you have been affected by it, how to free yourself from it, and some ways that people who intentionally do this type of magic, ways that they do it. It's not going to be a comprehensive list of things, just things that I am aware of, and hopefully this message will help those who are listening to it. Okay, so here we go. So what is love magic? First of all, I want to define magic. Magic is simply using the power of your mind to manifest a physical thing. You're using the power of your mind to manifest something physically. That's magic. Okay? So it's not, the stuff that you see in the fantasy movies. Okay? Just to make that clear. So when we talk about love magic, we are talking about using the power of your mind to manipulate someone else's mind and emotions towards you, to have that person who generally has no interest in you to become interested in you. It is manipulating someone else's energy. It is an energy violation. It's like being raped energetically. And it's disgusting, and I want to expose these unhealed, insecure people who feel as though it's okay to fuck with people's minds and emotions. These people are obviously, if you feel as though that you have to try to force someone to want you, you have to have very, very low self-esteem. I could never imagine doing that. I would want someone to want me genuinely, and I think most healthy, normal people would want the same. But you have these people who are mentally ill and who are not healed, and who do not love themselves or respect themselves, who feel like they have to force people to want them, and or force people to stay with them. Because love magic is not only for people who may want someone that doesn't want them, like someone that they have never been in a relationship with. It's also used by people who don't want to let go of a relationship that has expired. All right, so let's get into this. Now that we know what love magic is, you have different types of love magic. The type of love magic that I'm talking about today is negative magic, because love magic in of itself is not bad. There is a benevolent way to attract love, but it is done ethically without the intent of manipulating another person's will. you can desire to have a relationship in general with no specific person in mind. And you can imagine, using your mind to imagine, having this loving relationship without thinking of a specific person. Because see, once you start thinking of a specific person, now you're getting into the negative love magic. Because if you're thinking of a specific person and that person does not have you don't have a relationship with this person, that's you're sending energy out to, whether you know it or not, you're sending energy out to that person, because thoughts are energy. Thoughts are energy. And if you are, persistently thinking of someone and you're fantasizing about someone, and I think we've all done that, in ignorance, that's not really something that we should want to do, because that is a form of mind magic, love magic, because you're thinking and fantasizing about someone that you're not in a relationship with. Thoughts are energy. And the way magic works is because it's in the mind. Remember, I said earlier that magic is using the power of your mind to manifest something physically in your life. So if you're fantasizing about someone that you're not in a relationship with, you are sending, because those thoughts don't just stay in your mind, they go out. And so when you're fantasizing about someone and you're imagining yourself being with them, that is magic. You are using that energy and informing mental images of you being with this person, and that energy is going out to that person. Now that person, if they are strong-willed, and their will is stronger than yours, they may get the thought and be like, what the hell? Like, if they don't want you, and be like, what the hell am I thinking about this person for? And they'll just reject it, But what happens if someone's mind is not strong enough, their will is not strong enough, they may start to take in that energy, and they may start to think, oh, well, I'm thinking about this person. Maybe it's because maybe I like this person or something. So we don't want to do that. This is what people do. This is one of the things that people do who intentionally are trying to manifest someone that they want. They fantasize about them. And we've all been guilty of that, just really liking somebody and just thinking about them. Like, we've all done that with celebrities, But there are people who intentionally do that to attract someone that they want. And we never want to get into this energy. It's okay to be attracted to someone, but if you like someone and you are attracted to someone, then have the courage to confront them and tell them that you like them, and ask them out on a date. If they say no, then respect that. If you cannot accept rejection, then you shouldn't even be trying to get involved with anyone, because that shows that there's some healing work that needs to be done. Everybody is going to experience rejection at some point in their life, and your ego should not be so insecure that you can't stand rejection. You're taking it too personal. Everybody has a type. Everybody has preferences. Everybody has, certain people, types of people that they are attracted to and that they're not attracted to. And people have a right to be attracted to whoever they want to be attracted to. You can't force that, and you shouldn't be trying to. Okay? It's all energy. You either resonate with somebody or you don't. And you can't force them to resonate with you. And if you're trying to, then you need to stop. It's wrong. Okay? So, yes, we're talking about manipulation. That type of love magic where people are trying to control the way that people think and feel about them. That's wrong. Love magic in general, if you're just desiring a relationship, and maybe if you're into rituals or something, you're just trying to attract love in general, not a specific person. That's okay. But if you're trying to manifest a specific person, it's wrong. We should be treating people the way we want to be treated. We would not want that done to us. So you should not try to do it to someone else. It's not right. And if you think it's okay, then there's something mentally wrong with you. You need to work on self-love. Because if you don't love yourself, you can't make anyone else love you. And if you loved yourself, you would want someone to love you genuinely and not try to manipulate their thoughts and emotions, okay? So, let's see. Let's talk about the different ways. Well, I did mention one way that people use love magic through the imagination. The imagination is very powerful. You have all of your senses. You're seeing that person. You're imagining being with that person, what it feels like to be with that person, be around them, to be in a relationship with them. You're allowing all of your senses. When you're using your imagination, you're allowing all of your senses to be activated, and that's very powerful. And then you're sending that energy to that person. That's a way that some people, and they do it all the time. It's not something that they do just once. It's something that they do constantly, every day. People that are intentionally doing this. That is one way that some people do love magic. Okay? So they can also use sex as a form of love magic. And see, that's why, there's a lot of reasons why I am celibate. My energy is not worthy. Not everybody is worthy of my energy. And I'm not, I look at sex as something sacred now, not something that I used to see it as, but I see it as something sacred. And I see my body as something sacred. So, I'm not just going to be giving of myself and my energy to anybody. There has to be someone who I am in a divine union with. But I know that a lot of people don't view sex in that way. They see it more as a recreational activity. Most people in this world see it that way. And I just want to warn those of you that are listening to this message that sex can be a weapon. It can be something very dangerous. It's not, yes, it is enjoyable, yes, but you have to be responsible, because sex, as I said in another video, sex is not just a physical act, it is a spiritual act. And it is something that you have to be very careful about, because there are people who use sex in a very ritualistic way, in a very manipulative and negative way, to try to control people and or even attach entities to people. And sometimes it's not even them really trying to attach entities, it's the fact that they have entities on them. And so since sex is an energetic exchange as well as a bodily fluid exchange, you can exchange energies with the person that you're having sex with. And if that person has demonic attachments to them, then those same attachments can attach themselves to you. So sex is not just this fun activity that you do. You know, you have to be very careful and selective with the people that you have sex with. It's best, and I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it is best to be monogamous and to, have sex with the person that you're going to spend the rest of your life with. It's good to work on yourself, heal, so that you can attract the right person to be in a relationship with that's not toxic, and that you don't have to worry about having any kind of type of entity attachments. You work on yourself, and then you can attract someone healthy in your life that you don't have to worry about having entity attachments and contracting sexually transmitted demons, or someone doing negative magic on you, because people can use sex to do love magic. Your intentions, through that sexual encounter is just a one-night stand. Maybe you are just interested in just having a one-night stand with this person, but this person is interested in making you their husband or making you their partner. Okay, and as you're having sex with this person, they're in their mind, they may be imagining you guys being married. Or they may be saying in their mind, they may be imagining an energetic cord tying with, they might be imagining an energetic cord coming from your body and their body, and tying in a knot to tie you together energetically. I'm just using that as an example. They could be in their mind saying incantations. You will always love me. You will always be with me. You are my man, or whatever. Or, I'm just using this as an example. Men can do it too. One of the ways they can do it is, and this is actually, when they do this, you're basically giving them permission to do this love magic to you. When you're in the act, and when you're having sex with someone and they say, whose is this? You know what I'm saying? If it's a guy, whose pussy is this? or a woman, whose dick is this or whatever, and you are in the moment and you're saying it's yours, you just made a contract with this person without even knowing it. Now you have a soul tie with this person. You gave them your body. You said that your body belonged to them. So if this person was doing some type of ritual by asking that, even if they weren't, you, just by you saying yes, you developed a soul tie with this person. You developed a contract with this person, and sex is actually like a contract anyway. That's why marriages back in the day were consummated through sex, because sex is a ritual. You know, if it's a virgin woman, when the man penetrates her and she bleeds, that's like a blood ritual. Sex is more than just an activity that feels good. There are spiritual consequences to that act. So you have to be very careful about the people that you lay down with. It's best to be celibate. Work on yourself, heal, so that you can attract a healthy relationship and just be with that person the rest of your life. Because you're playing Russian roulette with yourself physically and spiritually when you have multiple partners, or when you're having sex with people that you don't really know, energetically or physically. But anyway, that is another way that people can do love magic on you. They can do it through sex. Okay? So let's talk about the different ways that love magic can be done through the use of bodily fluids. Okay? So bodily fluids are powerful because they're considered, to be a part of the practitioner or the person who is doing the love magic, right? It's their essence. It's a part of them. It is like their energetic signature, okay? And they can create an energetic tie between you and them. So when they use it in love magic, those fluids are believed to carry a piece of them. Whether it's their sexual energy, their emotional state, their creative power or desire, allowing the person to influence and manipulate your energy in a specific way, right? So let's talk about these different types of fluids that are used. I'm going to start off with blood. It's used as a means to bind and control someone. For women, they can use menstrual blood. if they want you to be obsessed with them, or they want to have control over you, they will use blood, men and women. I was talking about menstrual blood, but blood in general can be used to bind someone to another and have that person obsessed with the practitioner, obsessed with the person that is doing this specific type of magic. It can be used, like I said, in food and drink, anything that is red, that it can be easily mixed into, but also it can be used through sex. There are some men that will have sex with a woman while her period is on. There are even some men that will perform oral sex on a woman when her period is on. And I wouldn't suggest doing that. Unless you're married to the person, I really wouldn't suggest doing that. You have to be very careful about the people that you sleep with. A person who is a witch or a warlock can use blood in sexual intercourse. Specifically a woman, if her menstrual is on, and a man, and she's a witch, and a man doesn't know that she's a witch, and she wants to bind him to her, and he's okay with having sex with her while her menstrual is on, she can perform a ritual, a love spell over him while they're having intercourse, or while he is performing oral sex on her. But there are through food as well. I mentioned that, food and drink. And be careful about the people that you consume things from, whether it's drinks. You could be at a bar or a club or something, and a woman wants to offer you a drink, or even a man. Like men and women out there, be careful. I would not I would not accept a drink from a stranger, because you don't know if that person put something in it. And if you're out eating with someone, and say you're going out on a date or whatever, and you don't know that person, I really wouldn't leave my food. Like, I would try to eat all of my food before I go to the bathroom or go away from the table. I wouldn't leave my food with that person, because you don't know if that person is a witch or a warlock, and they could be putting stuff in your food. They could. You really have to be careful nowadays. And there are other ways that without you ingesting blood, there are other ways that a witch or warlock can use blood to have control over you through love magic. And one of the other ways they can use blood is to anoint objects or items with their blood. So the witch or warlock might anoint personal objects that belong to you, such as your clothing, photos of you, jewelry, any kind of personal items that belong to you. They can anoint it with blood. And This, because of the power of blood and what it symbolizes, will form a strong, powerful, energetic tie between you and that person. And so, you have to be careful about where you leave your items. You have to really know people. And a lot of us, we don't really take time to know people. But it can be difficult because a person can hide. They can hide who they truly are. People can live a double life. They can live a double life, and you may think a person is one way and, find out they're a whole witch, warlock, and you didn't even know it. So it's hard, especially when a person is very good at hiding these things. It's very hard to know. But if you have a relationship with the divine will reveal these things. The divine will let you know. If you have a relationship with the divine will let you know who these witches and warlocks are, because they can't hide from God. They may be able to mask themselves, around people, but their masks fall off in the face of the divine. So they can't hide from God. And if you have a relationship with God, those masks are going to fall off, because God is going to expose these people to you. So if you don't have a relationship with the divine, I highly suggest that you form one. And I'm not talking about anything religious here. You don't have to be in a religion to have a relationship with God. All you have to have is a pure heart, pure intentions, a desire to be a good person, and to live righteously, to do what is right, because it's the right thing to do. And the divine knows your heart. It knows if your intentions are genuine. And, when you seek the divine, you will find the divine, and then the divine will let you know about these things, but anyway, they can anoint your objects. So if you're, at someone's house, and you leave certain personal items there, or if you're living with someone, and you don't know that they're a witch or a warlock, they can anoint certain things, pictures that they have of you, clothes, jewelry, shoes, anything that belongs to you, a brush, anything. Speaking of brushes, hair is something else that they can use, because that is coming from you, your personal body. And, energy is everywhere. It's in your hair too. And if they have your hair, they can use your hair and love magic to create a energetic tie between you and them, and therefore manipulate your energy, causing you to desire and want them. So that's another thing. They can use your hair, whether it's coming from a brush or pubic hair from a washcloth, whatever. Anything that's coming from your body, they can use. So they can also use blood. In specific places in your home. The witch may place them, or warlock, may place the menstrual blood or blood in places where you will subconsciously interact with it. Like the bathroom. It could be under the toilet or on the toilet. It could be in your shower. It could be, anywhere where that you interact with wherever they place it in your home. It could be on your bed, under your bed, any personal space in your house where they think that you're not going to, encounter it. And this can create a energetic tie between you, that witch and warlock, or warlock, and it will influence your thoughts and your emotions. It can be used to do that without you even realizing it. So you have to be careful about who you let in your home. You really do. You have to be careful about the people that you allow in your home. You have to be careful about the food and drink that you accept from others. And you also have to be careful about gifts, because they can anoint, like I said, they can anoint objects, personal items. They can anoint things within your home. They can also gift you things that have been hexed for the purpose of causing you to desire them and to become obsessed with them, or so that they can control you in some way through an item that they give you. And they can put blood on it. They can also, when I'm going to discuss other bodily fluids that they can use, they can anoint all the things that I mentioned using blood. They can also anoint it with these other fluids to form a energetic tie between you and them, and use that in their love magic to manipulate your energy and cause you to be obsessed with them and desire them. So, when I mention these other fluids, they can be used in that way as well. Not just the blood. But you have to be careful with the kind of, you have to be careful with gifts. Okay? Everybody likes gifts, but you have to really, because if you're getting a gift from someone who's a witch and a warlock and you don't know it, they can anoint that gift with these bodily fluids and put a love spell on you. They can, mix blood and herbs and oils and other ingredients and create a personalized charm, talisman, or a spell bottle. Or they can, just have you come in contact with it. They could place it somewhere where you are frequently. It's somewhere in that vicinity, and that energy will go out to you and manipulate your energy. So it could be a gift where they, put these fluids and these ingredients together. They can make their own little bomb or whatever. They can put it on an object that they want to give to you. They can also just put their intention, period. But right now I'm just you know, talking about bodily fluids. There's so many ways that they can do stuff, but let's just focus on the bodily fluids now. So you got to be careful about people giving you gifts, because they can use, if they're a witch or a warlock, they can put bodily fluids on that item and give it to you. And then, they have put their intention on it before they give it to you. And then you wear it and suddenly you're in love with this person. Or you're like under this person's control. So you have to be careful about that, all right? So urine is the next bodily fluid that I'm going to talk about. And urine in love magic is kind of look at it like, how animals pee on certain things, like certain areas or whatever, to claim that area as their territory. Well, witches and warlocks can use urine in the same way. They can use their urine and put it on something that belongs to you. Or even you. Like, they can go to the bathroom and not wash their hands, have pee on their hands, and touch you and do, like, in their mind, a love spell ritual on you. So that's a way that they can, get urine on you without you even knowing it. They just don't wash their hands when they go to the bathroom. So urine is like marking their territory. They're claiming you as their property. Just like an animal claims a territory with its urine, a witch or a warlock can claim you as their territory energetically through their urine. So if they want to make you dependent and come and draw you towards them to where you feel this yearning and desire for them, they can use urine as well. It can be used to bind and control you, just as blood. Blood is just, I guess, maybe the preferred fluid to use because of what it symbolizes. Because of the importance. It's the importance of blood. But urine can be used as well, to mark for a witch or warlock, to mark its territory, so to speak. It's a way to imprint their energy and presence on you. As being their property and having dominance over you. So they want to dominate you and mark you as being theirs. They can use urine. So let's see. And they can use urine in the same ways that I mentioned about using blood. They can put it on certain items that belong to you. They can And I know you might be thinking like, well, wouldn't it smell like pee? It's not like they gonna like pee on your stuff. You know what I'm saying? It don't need to be like a whole lot of pee, you know. And it don't have to be like concentrated. Like if they drink a lot of water, you know, like pee doesn't really have a strong scent if it's like diluted, you know what I mean? So it doesn't have to be like a lot of pee, and if it's diluted, it's not gonna have a strong scent anyway. So yeah, they can put it on your clothing or any of your belongings. They can put it on, mark it on places in your house, like your bed. Any place where you're going to be spending a lot of time in. And that energy is meant to influence you just by you being around it or having it on you. They could put it on, like I said, they could put it on, they could gift you with something that you're going to wear, whether it be clothing, jewelry, whatever, and mark it with that urine. And by you wearing it or even accepting it, you know, accepting a gift is giving that witch or warlock permission. It's kind of like the movie Sinners. Anybody that saw that movie, you know, we have to give these demonic people permission into our energy. And when we accept a gift or accept anything, whether it be food, drink, gifts, even having them in our home, or even just being around them, being in their presence, we are giving them access to us and to our energy. So, you know, we have to be careful about who we allow in our energy field, who we allow in our lives, who we allow in our homes, who we consume, you know, food and drink from, who we accept things from. You know, somebody wants to give you something, you think, oh yeah, that's nice, but you don't know what their intent is in giving it to you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be very careful about that, because when we do that, and we don't know who these people are, you know, we're thinking that they might be, they're nice, but you don't know what their intentions are, and they could be using this as an access point, you know, to perform negative magic over us. So you have to be mindful of that, you know, before you eat someone's food or drink from someone, you know, accept a drink from someone, or drink at someone's house, or eat at someone's house, or be in someone's house, or have them in your house. You have to be very mindful of these type of things, because this stuff is real and it really happens. Okay, so urine is another fluid that can be used to control someone through love